right, I am here with Danae and Robert. Thank you guys for being here with us. They are from the Abilene Zoo, and they're here to tell us a little bit more about their 58th birthday celebration. But first, can you tell us a little bit about who is with us today?
Yes, this is Seiko, and he is an Indonesian blue-tongued skink. He's about 10 years old. He is part of our ambassador team there at the Abilene Zoo.
Perfect. And what does that mean to be an ambassador of the zoo?
Well, these animals do travel quite a bit, but they do a lot of educational outreach programs within the zoo too. We also, so when you go through the zoo and you might encounter an alligator or a skink walking around the zoo, it's an opportunity for us to educate the guests that come through the zoo. So we have a lot of different animals that are part of our ambassador team.
Very cool. Yeah. And so where is usually his habitat, and what do you feed him?
Well, his habitat, they are from Indonesia. That's where they're native to. And his diet, he's more of an omnivore, so he'll meat and vegetables, but he'll also eat some small rodents. He likes eggs, like hard-boiled eggs, and mixture of vegetables, and so a lot of different things there as part of his diet. Crickets and grasshoppers and animals like that.
Wow, yummy.
Yeah, and they have a blue tongue. I know, right? It's delicious. They also have blue tongue, and that's what they're known for. So when he does stick out his tongue, you'll see that it is a blue color.
Oh, okay. Is there a special reason as to why?
That is just kind of his way to help evade predators. A lot of times it's a deterrent because of an animal. If an animal gets too close to him, he'll open up his mouth, he'll stick out his tongue, kind of move it around and wiggle it and make hissing sounds. And a lot of times the animals will either kind of walk away from him, or they might even think he's poisonous or venomous.
Wow.
So it's a good way to trick them.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And so, Danae, the celebration is coming up this weekend. So can you tell me a little bit about what you guys are doing to celebrate your big birthday?
Yeah, so we're celebrating 58 years at Abilene Zoo with Zippity Zoo Day. As you said, it's happening this Saturday. We will open, we're still on our summer hours right now, so we'll open at 8 a.m. At 8:30 a.m., folks can get a photo with Nessie, who is our big costume giraffe character. We are going to be having animal ambassadors out, like Seiko over here, so guests can interact with them. We have some really fun birthday enrichment happening with the animals, like the flamingo and the colobus monkeys, all birthday themed. And then of course, we have our education team out, and they are going to be hosting an Education station, which is really going to be a fun, interactive learning opportunity for both kiddos and adults. And then what would a birthday celebration be without cake and ice cream? So we are offering complimentary cake and ice cream to all of our guests starting at 10 a.m. while supplies last. So it's going to be a fun day. No matter what time you come out and see us, there's going to be something happening.
Very cool. And so it's been 58 years, which has been a very, very long time. What does this mean for you guys who have been both working at the Abilene Zoo for a while now? What does it mean for you guys to get to 58?
Yeah, it's a really exciting place to be, and a fun fact that I have to mention, Abilene Zoo actually first opened in Abilene in 1919, and it was over in Red Bud Park originally. And then about 25 years later, they decided to relocate it, and it was relocated and opened back up in 1966, where we sit today at Grover Nelson Park. And it was it was designed by a man named James Tittle. And he had the brilliant idea of putting the zoo right along Tittle Lake. So that's something really unique about our zoo. Not a lot of zoos are situated right along some sort of body of water like that. So that's really fun. But of course, we're excited to get to 58 years. As a zoo, we are so committed to conservation efforts. That's really what it's all about for us. And so we're excited that we're hitting 58 years. 58 years of really supporting conservation efforts around the world and here locally in our own community.
Perfect. And this is a question for both of you guys, so whoever wants to answer it first. What's your favorite part about being a part of the Abilene Zoo community?
Well, I like the way we get to interact with guests, seeing people come into the zoo, seeing these animals from all over the world, different types of animals, and then to see the kids smile and to get to see these animals that they don't get to see otherwise. So, and it's being a part of the community as well, because we see a lot of people that come and they return, and people that we see all the time, they come return. Sometimes people walk through the zoo just to exercise.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of my favorite things about the zoo, is being able to interact with the people who live in the community. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, you know, all about the education that's happening. We have so many summer campers out there right now, and then of course we have school field trips throughout the year. And it's always seeing the excitement on those kiddos' faces when they're learning something. Sometimes these animals, they have learned all about them through, you know, books and maybe online and things like that. But when they actually see these animals in person, maybe they get to touch one of them, or, you know, they're seeing the sloth for the first time and they've loved sloths forever. There's just something really magical about it. It really touched their hearts. And then hopefully through that, you know, it'll touch their minds, and they'll be conscientious and think of conservation and really saving these animals throughout their lifetime.
Perfect. And I have one more last question. You're celebrating 58 now. So where do you see the zoo in the next 10, 15 years?
I love that question. So, you know, we have this really amazing expansion plan happening. The Abilene community was so generous. They supported a $15 million bond just this past November. And so we are moving forward with a plan called A Bold Adventure. You can learn all about it on our website. But this first phase, we're going to break ground here in the spring of 2025. And we're really excited. There's so many great elements. At the end of this A Bold Adventure, it is going to about double the size of our zoo. So we're going to bring in so many new species to Abilene, some that are highly endangered, like the cheetah. It's one of the most endangered cats in the world. So we're going to bring that here to Abilene so that our community can not only be a part of, you know, really conserving them for the future, but also we can learn about those animals right here in Abilene.
Okay, cool. And for entry to the birthday, is it just regular entry? Do you have to buy a special ticket, anything like that?
Yeah, Zippity Zoo Day is included with your admission ticket purchase, so it is free for members. So coming out to the zoo, there's going to be fun things happening on Saturday.
Okay. Perfect. Well, you heard it here. The Abilene Zoo will be hosting its 58th birthday on July 20th.